Okay, we have a very important topic to discuss today. I want you all to mark your calendars. April 20th, 2012. The weapon, God, I don't know if you can hear it, but people are stomping up around upstairs. You know, we have my neighbor upstairs is a little baby daughter. She's like 5. She likes to jump a lot. Anyway, April 20th, 2012, the weapons accessory ban was challenged in federal court in California. Now, for those of you that have been to New York and think New York is bad, I can take someone from California or Massachusetts or Washington, D.C. or New Jersey or Maryland, and I can bring them to New York or Hawaii, and I can bring them to New York, and they will think they're in Texas when they see how good our gun laws are. Once again, for the how many time? The 13th, I will again discuss the weapons accessories ban. I refuse to call it an assault weapons ban. Brady campaign. One is legal, one is illegal. 40 plus states do not abide by this at all. But for those that do, one is legal, one is illegal. These are brought to us by Bushmaster. The top rifle is called the compliant rifle. Here comes the clock. You are allowed one evil feature. Bayonet lug, flash suppressor, pistol grip, collapsible buttstock. This rifle has one evil feature, pistol grip. There is no bayonet lug. This is not a flash suppressor that can be screwed or unscrewed by hand. This is called a permanently fixed Izzy muzzle brake. It is welded permanently to the barrel. The only way you're getting it off is with a hacksaw or a blowtorch. This telescopic stock is actually permanently pinned in. You can probably see the pin here. It's permanently pinned in a single set position. You cannot undo it. And if you do, it's a crime. This is the evil rifle. Flash suppressor can be taken off by hand. Bayonet lug. Collapsible buttstock, pistol grip. Compliant magazine, non-compliant magazine. Now, in theory, if you have the wrong guy with the wrong flash suppressor in the wrong concealment position, he might be able to stay concealed by firing his gun. However, that's not likely to happen. It's just very, very rarely. Most likely, the flash suppressor reduces the muzzle flash so that the shooter does not get blinded. If I have to shoot a rifle, which I don't own yet, I have to go stay up to a town called Poughkeepsie, 45 minutes away. So if I'm going to go 45 minutes away to shoot a rifle, I'm going to shoot a couple hundred rounds of ammunition. And shooting that couple hundred rounds of ammunition, my eyes might start to flare up. A flash suppressor will reduce the flash and reduce the damage to my eyes. I could also wear sunglasses. The bayonet lug. The bayonet lug is meant to fix a bayonet. You take a bayonet, which is a knife, with a special attachment on it, click it on, stab somebody. Understand this. There has been a bayonet charge in pretty much every military campaign in U.S. history. And if you want to go past U.S. history, go to the French and Indian War, or if you're in Europe, it's called the 7 Years' War. However, aside from military combat, there has never been a bayonet charge in American crime. No police officer, no armed citizen, no armed criminal has ever been documented to make a bayonet charge. Also, a criminal could just take duct tape, a lot of duct tape, and duct tape the bayonet on and charge it. Now the collapsible buttstock. I heard this once before. If you have an evil rifle, Pete from the Army Channel, Tom, Weapons Education, Lima Life, my friend Mad Ogre, gun dealer out west called Mad Ogre, very nice guy. I heard that if I extend the buttstock all the way, and I measure from butt plate to muzzle, and I write that measurement down. Then I collapse the buttstock all the way. This buttstock is collapsed, and I measure from buttstock to muzzle. I heard that it will not be longer than a 3-inch difference. So, the collapsible buttstock has 6 positions. Each position moves 1/2 inch. People are afraid of collapsible buttstocks because they're afraid that a criminal is going to put it on and conceal it. Here's the issue. If you collapse this buttstock as far as it will go, the barrel still has to be 16 inches for NFA rules. If you collapse that buttstock as far as it will go, get a 1-point sling attachment and put it on over your shirt, over your body, unless you're 6'5" and have a trench coat down to your ankles, you're not going to be concealing it that well. Okay, it's going to be bulky, you're going to be moving around a lot. It's not as it is in Brady Fairyland. Also, the pistol grip. Pistol grips are evil because remember the 1980s movies, Rambo, Commando, Tango and Cash? Okay, in these 1980s movies, the hero would just kung fu and throw knives and spit fire and have 100 bad guys dead by the time the credits rolled. In these movies, you see someone take a rifle, put it up to their hip, pull the trigger. The bullet goes flying 400 yards, hits the guy in the nostril, and he dies. Okay, so we're basing law in America on 1980s action movies. Seriously, we are basing laws on action movies. I said this in my video series I did for Tom. If you're ever anywhere and you see a guy pick up a rifle and put it at his hip and shoot, my advice to you is to stand directly in front of the muzzle of the gun. Because if a guy is shooting a rifle from the hip and you are standing directly in front of the muzzle, you are guaranteed not to get hit. He is guaranteed to shoot everything except you. Okay? People, good guys and bad guys, combat and recreational, shoot bang bang like this. Okay, now, on September 13th, 1994, Congressman Chuck Schumer and Senator Joe Biden wrote the federal weapons accessories ban and magazine capacity ban on the federal level. And this was the only legal rifle in all 50 states and territories. Exactly 10 years later to the minute, President Bush Jr. dissolved the ban because he knew what I know. It didn't work. So much for Bush being stupid. He knew more than Joe Biden and Chuck Schumer did. The problem with it is military-style weapons are used in 1%, in 1/2% of all gun crime. On top of that, fully automatic machine guns are used maybe 1 out of every 10,000 crimes, if not less. So the idea that you can stop crime or reduce crime by making it a felony to own a rifle with a collapsible buttstock is kind of like saying you can stop drunk driving by making it a felony for a sober person to own a car seat, a car with a retractable seat. Same principle, one's a law, one's not. Stupid. Okay. Now, when you regulate, let me check my time. Yeah, no, I gotta check my time. It's a very important video. I have time. When you regulate drugs, medicine, you have scientists. Scientists come in, and the scientists evaluate through careful study. This drug should be used by anybody, and a 12-year-old kid could walk into the drugstore and buy it. This drug, you should have an age limit of 18. This drug, you should have a prescription. This drug should only be given to you by a doctor in a hospital. Michael Jackson fans, Propofol. Okay? This drug is so out of touch with reality, it has no basis of reality. It has no basis in law. It should be outlawed entirely. You have scientists do careful study to determine which drugs are logical and illogical, and which should be banned and not banned. Weapon laws are different. People that have no knowledge of guns, crime victims that are that are prejudiced against guns, and other stupid people, and they are stupid people, ban guns and gun accessories because they look scary. And you literally have people making laws because an action star did this with the gun in the movie in the 1980s. So because an action star did this with a gun in the movie in the 1980s, it's now a law. Okay? I'm getting sick of talking about it, but I gotta talk about it one last time at least. So that's what happened. Now, what happens is this. Because these guns are almost never used to commit crime, and because criminals get what they want to get on the street anyway, the only people that get in trouble are law-abiding citizens. For instance, this is a compliant rifle, but if a cop sees you with it and he doesn't know this is fixed in one position, he might arrest you. That brings us to the main part of the story, and I'm going to cut now because I have to tell a really long story.